Welcome to the podcast, Kill Complacency. Here we inspire intentional living by motivating others to handle hard better. And here's your host, Marty Hofmann.
Hey, on today's podcast, I actually have Keziah Montgomery. Keziah is my daughter, my firstborn daughter, and anyone that knows her will say that she's super intentional and focused, especially for being 20-year-old. But just in talking to her today, I was pretty blown away by some of the things she's doing with her phone to be intentional and make the best of each day and each moment. And so I said, hey, let's do a podcast and let's share this information with others. So that's what it's on today. You guys are going to get a lot out of this if you are all about killing complacency and living a more intentional life. So hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much for listening. So you guys will probably recognize the voice from today's podcast, as this is Keziah Montgomery. Keziah actually is kind of behind the scenes person on podcast, does a lot of scheduling for me, lining up guests, and then she always does the intro as well, but she's the go-to. We were meeting this morning and discussing today and intentionality, and like I can be pretty intentional with some things, but I feel like Keziah is over the top, maybe not over the top, but super intentional. And I said, hey, I'm going to interview you today on this because I think that, and specifically the topic today is just being intentional with technology. I feel like technology, sometimes we throw the baby out with the bathwater. We say, you know what, I can't control myself. I'm getting rid of the Facebook app or whatever. And rather than do that, we can actually use technology to help us. And so, that's kind of what, kind of where we're at. What is your why? Why are you so intentional with not letting technology control you or your life or take more space than you're allowing it?
Mostly just because I feel like life's too short to let technology actually control you, and so many people do just let it control them and they don't really try. Or like you were saying with throwing the baby out with the bathwater, like it's fine to just completely stop doing those things, but a lot of times eventually you give back in and then it's just as bad as it was before, or it's worse because you took a break from it.
Kind of like that chocolate cake.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you have a little bit, you eat the 2 pieces because, oh well.
Yeah. And I feel like when you look back on your life, you're not going to say like, I wish I had spent more time on my phone. You're going to say, I wish I had spent more time with my family.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really good. So some of obviously we're trying to inspire people to live intentionally, to handle hard better. It's super easy to fall into technology, social media, YouTube. I can geek out honestly on my Garmin app, or Strava with what other runners are doing and what are their stats. So that's super easy to default to. Our brain likes the easy, always does that. There are some things I do, like I have intentional things on my screensaver, but I know you have a lot more. I'm gonna, for the sake of the guest, I'm gonna go over the list that I know of, and then I'm gonna ask her what I'm missing. And that is, I know that we can control our notifications. You have a thing called habit share, stay focused, the background, screen background, no internet app you have on your phone. That one blew me away. You do the digital well-being. You do a thing called Aerobox. You charge your phones in a common area rather than your bedrooms. You have a no phone in bedroom policy. No screens on Sunday. What else are we missing here? Oh, I know you have a password too. Your password's weird, so it makes it hard to get in your phone. Like
Yeah.
mine's 55555, right?
Yeah.
Little button, boom, 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 boom.
Get in 1 second or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So I'll start with just my phone. So with my phone, I have a lot of things that just getting into my phone is kind of annoying. So I have my password. It's really long, and it's like capital and then lowercase and capital and lowercase for every single letter, and it's like, I don't know,
Yuck.
15 characters or something like that. So it makes me not want to log in. But then also, once I've logged in, I have it's called the Intention Chat. It's this app you can get, and this little thing pops up and says, what are you doing on your phone right now? And you can get the free version, and with a free version, you can just make it go away if you just exit out of it. But if you pay like $2 a month, it's really cheap. If you pay $2 a month, you can make it so it doesn't go away, and it will just, if you try and exit out of it, it keeps popping up until you actually say, okay, I'm spending this much time, and this is what I'm doing. And then if you spend more than that time, if you're still on your phone at 5 minutes later, then this little thing will pop up and say, you know, hey, you said you're only going to spend 5 minutes on Facebook or whatever you had typed in. And so it definitely, even if you don't listen to it, it definitely makes you at least think, oh, wait, I didn't.
And that's called the Intention Chat.
Yes.
Okay, what other apps did I miss out on?
Okay, so I also have on my phone, it's called the Indistract Minimalist Launcher. And they say
that one more time.
Indistract Minimalist Launcher.
Okay.
So people say you can put your phone in grayscale because our eyes like seeing the bright colors. And especially if you're spending a lot of time on your phone, it makes you just not want to be out in nature as much because you're programming yourself to like the bright colors on your phone instead.
So true.
So some people do it in grayscale. This one I liked because it makes all of my apps just be words. So instead of there
What do you mean?
instead of there being like, you know, the little
Google?
like seeing the little boxes, you just see it just says Google or it just says Facebook. And so then it's a little bit more of a process to actually get to it.
So the whole psychology of colors and stuff and recognition.
And there's not like, if you have, you know, 14 notifications on Facebook, it won't show that because there's not the little box. It's just the word Facebook.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I don't have internet or Google on my phone at all because I did have it for a while, but I was like, I just don't need this. So all of the recipes that I was using, I just printed out and put in a folder. I don't have Instagram on my phone. Let me think. No video games. I have something that's helped me is I just did this like a week or two ago. No, probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I turned off all the notifications on my lock screen. So when you just look at your lock screen, there's no notifications on there. Once I sign into my phone, then all the notifications are there if I got text messages or calls.
Okay.
But then, one, if people text me, my phone won't light up, and I won't be distracted by that. And two, I have to actually log into my phone and get on it if I want to see if anyone texted me or anything.
Do you have a smartwatch? Do you send notifications to it?
I've tried connecting my phone and it won't connect, so I just have a watch for steps.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds like you wrote the book Digital Minimalism. Cam Newton, right?
I think it's Cal Newport.
Cal Newport.
Yeah.
Sorry. Slaughtered that. So, you know, I mean, we talked about some different things here. Tell me about Stay Focused. That's a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, I downloaded that a couple months ago and talking to you.
Yeah.
I just got it going this week.
I love that app.
And maybe I'll talk for a little bit since Keziah's been talking. Stay Focused is an app that you get to set your filters. So I can be like anybody else and I can fall into scrolling on a social site or watching YouTube videos or whatever. And so Stay Focused allows you to go in and say, you know what, I'm going to shut this app down from these hours to these hours, or I'm going to give myself 30 minutes a day. And y'all, if you think that you don't have a problem with this, just check. Your phone tracks all this stuff.
Yeah.
there's a thing we have as a family. It's called digital well-being, and it'll track your daily use. And once a week, we screenshot that and send it to each other. But you would be surprised in digital minimalism. Do you remember the average Facebook time use? That's written in 2016. 51 minutes a day.
Yeah, I think it's up now.
Is the average Facebook time use.
Yeah.
So y'all, if you don't think you have a problem with this, stay focused and give yourself a 15-minute limitation every day on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, and see how quickly that 15 minutes blows, because it goes quick.
Well, and when you set a timer, you're way more intentional about what you look at. Like, if I have a 5-minute timer on Facebook, and so if I go on there, I don't usually scroll. It's like I'm going to look at like 3 or 4 groups, or I'm going to look at a certain person that, just got married or something. Like, if I do scroll, then I'm like, well, wasted all that 5 minutes. I didn't even get anything decent out of it.
Years ago, we had Facebook, and we unfollowed everybody.
Yeah.
And then we subscribed to groups. So we used Facebook then as an educational process, because we could go in and learn about a specific group that we were following. But we didn't get all the drama.
Yeah.
We didn't follow all the drama that you can fall into. And that's something that's just set up on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Like anyone can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay focused. I would give a shout out to that. It's been a good one.
Well, and it's different than because on a lot of people's phones, you can just go on your settings and set a timer, but you can exit out of that really easily and just be like, add more time. But with this one, you can add more time if you go onto the app, but it's a lot more of a process, and it will pop up this little, every time you try and go back into the app after your time has run out, a little message will pop up it says like, go spend your time wisely, take a break from your phone, and then you cannot get back into that app.
Well, and that was my enjoyment when I set it up, is I deliberately tried to get into Facebook. I set it up that I could not be on it basically while I was at home, because I want to use it for social. I mean, for business, and I want to be intentional at home. And so I deliberately tried the next morning to get on, and it gave me this message: stay focused. You said you don't want to be on here now.
Yeah.
Get off. You told me earlier you can edit that message.
Yeah, you can make it. I've edited it to be like, I don't know, stop being distracted, Keziah, or something, like throw my name in there, because it
more
just
personal.
catches your attention more.
Yeah, that's good. Obviously, I talked about this earlier, notifications, easy to adjust. I know there's just some, because there's just some notifications I just won't just shut them off.
Yeah.
Tell us about Aerobox,
yeah. That, I've only had that for like a month or two. I just found out about that really recently. It's this box that it goes with the app. So I think we got it for it's $180 a year. I think it was something like that.
$15 a month.
Yeah. And you get this box, and it can hold 4 phones in it and charge 4 phones. And with the box comes this app where if you have the app, then you can do this thing where you push this button and you flip your phone over, and it will track how much time you're not on your phone. So you can make it a competition in your family to, how much time were you not on your phone, and also just flipping it over makes you, it makes you not want to go on it more, because you're like, well, it's tracking my time right now.
Yeah.
And the box, we've used that. We just put our phones in it and just shut it, and it'll charge our phones in there, so it's out of sight. And they say when your phone's out of sight, you just think about it less. And I mean, obviously, then you're not looking at your notifications
unless it's in your pocket and it vibrates.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's why you would put it in the box. But yeah, we've liked that, and it charges your phone it too, so it's like dual purpose. But that's been super helpful.
So something we did as a family is we always had a common charging area. I don't know the stats on this, but I would suspect probably 95% of people sleep with their phones. So what's the advantage, Keziah, that you see of having a common area charging place to charge your phones rather than
So many.
putting in at your bed?
One, you'll probably go to bed earlier because a lot of times I think when people have their phones by their beds, someone, they'll be going to sleep and someone will text them, or plus you'll probably get more peaceful sleep too, because once you put it in there and you're like, I'm going to bed, someone can't randomly message you or call you and tell you something that
It's not in the back of your head.
right, that
Phones,
would have made
phones
you
across
upset.
the house.
Yeah. And some people say, well, I need my phone for alarm clock, but that's just a stupid excuse because
Go buy an alarm
you can
clock.
go buy an alarm clock for like $5.
Yeah, what's your sleep worth?
Yeah. So
another advantage I would argue is your phone's charged in the morning.
yeah, exactly.
I kind of want to talk about this because you've talked about some expenses. You've talked about the RO box cost
Yeah.
$15, and now an alarm clock costs $5. So is there any way to do this any cheaper, or do we just have to give up a couple Starbucks every month?
Yeah, no, you can. I mean, honestly, with the RO box, if you're like, I don't want to pay for that, just go. I mean, get a cardboard box. Like,
Get a shoe box.
yeah, get that.
Put a charging station in there.
Yeah,
Put it on the countertop.
paint it if you want it to look nice or something, and then yeah, just stick it in there. Like, it doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Sure. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Good thought there. So,
and the Stay Focused app is free too. So
yeah, Stay Focused is free.
yeah,
Another one I recently got, maybe more intentionality, but it's Habit Share.
yeah. Talk about that.
Okay, so Habit Share, I actually got this really for accountability. AJ Smith actually mentioned it on this podcast probably about a month ago.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. Sure enough, you just put your habits in there, and then you invite friends to join, and then they put their habits in. And what's cool about it is if you have habits like put your phone away or 15 minutes on YouTube, no more.
Take vitamins or something.
Take vitamins, yeah, whatever you're doing. For me, habits are intentional acts I'm doing to better my future. Once I do that fitness for the day, I click it, as green means I did it, and then it sends a notification to your friends that you did your goal. And the cool thing is sometimes I'll get a notification that Keziah did her French for the day, and I'll think, oh, I need to do my fitness, my running. So,
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of embarrassing if you have to push like the red X that
the
you
red
didn't
button
do
means
it.
you didn't do it.
Yeah. Because people will look at it and be like, at least I feel like they're judging me. I don't know if they are, but
I thought about calling you out on one. So that's good. So I guess we're talked a lot about apps being accountability for us, right? We can set these parameters. There's probably a lot of other apps out there. These are ones you know about. But there's another one on Android. It's called Digital Wellbeing. Apple, I'm sure it's something similar, but it basically tracks your screen time every week. I would encourage everybody listening to this when you can, pull it up. You're going to go to settings, you're going to scroll down, and you're going to find a button that says something about screen time
usage or something like that.
I recently did this with a lady. I said, no, it's a lot more than you think. And I said, let me have your phone. And I pulled it up. And she had spent 32 hours playing Wardo that week. So
it's way more, it's way more than you think, because you think, I just do it every now and then, like just every 5 minutes here and there.
But that ended up being 4.5 hours a day for that person.
Yeah.
So, maybe it's fantasy football. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe you say, well, I use YouTube for music. Well, that's fine. But you don't have to watch the videos.
Yeah.
Like you could literally go to Spotify and get the same music.
Well, and what I like doing too, this is with the Stay Focused app, what I like too, is it will say on the top, like just in your notification bar, it will say how much time you have spent on your phone that day so far. And I like that. And what I like doing sometimes is if my screen time is more than I would like it to be, I try thinking, okay, what have I been using my phone for today? And there's some days where I can just remember everything I've used it for, and I'm like, okay, even if my screen time's higher, I'm happy with what I used it for.
You were intentional.
But if I can't remember what I used it for, then I know it was not a great usage.
No, that's really good. So you check it all the time?
Yeah, well, it's just there. You can't get rid of it. Like, it's in the notification bar. So if you're looking at your notifications, you're just going to see it constantly.
Yep. Clear. Why do you guys not have phones in bedroom? Like, a lot of people want to sleep with their phone. They want to settle down at night.
I don't really, I mean, you brought me up of we just don't do that. So I think that helped. But I just don't really see a reason to. Like, it's going to be distracting. I'm going to be trying to go to sleep and the phone's going to buzz or something. That's probably just the biggest reason, is just not being distracted by it. And I think some people might say too, well, what if an emergency happens and someone calls me, has to do something, like, honestly, I think, like, back in the day, people didn't have phones and it was fine. So you can survive. If the person needs to wait a couple more hours,
my dad
they
growing
can call
up,
other people.
My dad growing up would always take the phone off the hook at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
And he would, this was landlines, but he would literally unhook it, and that meant it was busy, would give a busy signal for anyone calling.
Yeah.
And it was specifically for sleep. So he could have a solid 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And not get distracted with somebody calling him. Growing up, we started doing that for accountability. I didn't want you guys in your room on your phone, and that temptation to be up all night.
Yeah.
So we just did it for accountability. But there is tons of research on that as far as sleep. Mm-hmm. Like people want to sleep till 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m., or 12 p.m.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's because, they didn't sleep as good as they should have.
Yeah.
Because that blue light. There's another book. Have you read that book called Glow Kids?
Yeah, I love that book.
Tell us about Glow Kids.
That book is basically just a whole bunch of research and studies on how screens affect kids. And it's so crazy. Like, I think it's under 3 or 5 years that it can literally, like, change their brainwaves, basically. And it's crazy how just looking at screens can just do that to little kids.
Growing up, it was supposed to, I think it was 3 years old, we weren't supposed to let our siblings watch TV if they were under 3. Not for very long. Mm-hmm. Because, the creative mind that's building and growing at that time. Yeah. But now you see 2-year-olds walking around with iPads. So,
well, and it's like what I said earlier about, like, doing your phone in grayscale or whatever. If the kids are on the screens and they're seeing all these super bright colors, they're going to choose that. They're going to want that over reality and want that over, being outside and stuff, because that's just more intoxicating to them and more colorful and just more vibrant. Yeah. And just real life's going to be boring at that point.
I know in Cam Newport's book, Digital Minimalism, he talks a lot about how these tech companies know all this stuff, but they're in it for business. Yeah. And so they continue to push a product because they can run more ads and make more money.
But a lot of times those people won't even let their kids be on stuff. Correct. Which makes you question it.
They give limitations. Yeah. And I just saw a headline yesterday about Chip and Joanne Gaines, the fixer-upper. Yeah. And they owned that new network, whatever it's called. Okay. What that their show was on. Doesn't matter. But I saw a headline that they will not let their kids be on any social media sites until they're 18 or 20.
That's good.
So, video games. You guys good with video games?
My husband will play chess, but that's it. He did video games for a while, and he knew he was getting, like, more obsessed with them and addicted to them. So he just stopped playing them for a year. And now his rule is, I will only play them if it's with other people. And it can't be with me, because I know if I played video games, I would probably get addicted to them. So I'm like, okay, don't play with me. I'm just not going to play any. I don't really have any interest in them. For a little bit, I did Wordle, but then I said, this is stupid. Like, I'm not getting anything out of this. I would rather do Duolingo and at least learn a little bit of something. So, yeah, I don't play at all. If he's like, it is his sibling's house and they're like, we're going to play for a birthday, then he'll play. But it's probably, 3 times a year or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I know you guys had a TV for a while and you got rid of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we had it and someone had just given it to us. And I grew up without a TV for a while, so I'm kind of just used to not having one. But we had it for a little bit, and we were kind of we would watch Jeopardy at night or watch just random shows. And I said, okay, this is not the greatest. It was kind of something we were falling back into, like, oh, let's just watch it for a little bit, and then it turns into an hour or 2 hours or whatever. And so we just got rid of it, and now we have a projector instead. So if we want to watch something, like if we want to watch movies, and it's at least more intentional, and we can't just go through shows.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's really good. What's your motivation? I mean, I kind of already talked about it, I guess, I had that quote earlier, only one life to live, it will soon be past. Only what's done for God will last. You laughed at me.
Yeah.
But you just want to be intentional. You want to take advantage of today.
Yeah.
I know you're really big on just loving people where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, it's all intentionality.
Yeah.
Making the best of today even better.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice would you have for your peers?
So one thing that I feel like has helped is, I don't think you talked about this, is like we'll do we'll look at our screen times every week, all of my family, and then some of my friends will do this too. And then we'll send screenshots of it to each other every Sunday. And that is super powerful. Like just putting yourself in community and being like, hey, this is how much I'm spending, because it can be really embarrassing and it can make you not want to spend as much time the next week because everyone's going to see that you spent 5 hours on YouTube every day or something like that. So I feel like being open about it is super helpful, and realizing like, hey, this is a big problem and most people are addicted to your phones and they're addicted to this. So like we all share this similar problem, but if you can choose to be the master of your phone and not your phone be the master of you, you're going to be so ahead of so many other people, because that's where so many other people are, is the phone is their master, whether they say it is or not, it is.
And I would say take a fast from it. Try to go to the mountains or to a conference, or give your phone to your friend for the afternoon. But take these digital breaks so that you realize how much you think you need it. Well, but also to realize you don't really need it.
Yeah, how much better life is just without it. Like you think you need it, but just go get a cardboard box and put your phone in it and see how that is. And I feel like people have deeper conversations too when your phone's just not sitting there, because you're not constantly distracted.
I don't know. I have really deep conversations when I'm texting. Just kidding. What would you say, Keziah, is your most influential book on this subject that you've read?
On this subject?
Just on this subject. What's inspired you to be this way?
Glow Kids was probably one of the first books I read on that. That book was super good.
Did we do digital minimalism as a group? Or did we skip that one? I know it was on there.
I think we did. Yeah, we did. That book's really good.
How about that TV Netflix? What was it called?
Oh, The Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma.
That's really good. You can look up some podcasts of the people who created the Arrow Box, and those are really good too. I like those. And there's just so many great resources out there. But Glow Kids, I feel like, is definitely the one that probably started me out on it. And then I recently read, what was it called? Underneath the Streetlights, or something. Oh, When the Streetlights Come On, by the lady that created the 1,000 Hours Outside. And that was really good because she was just talking about just being outside and not being on your phone. And I just really like that book too.
Enjoy nature.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, final message on this subject to the world.
Final message.
Or maybe, what's your final message? If you got one message to share with everybody.
Just in regards to this?
I don't think that's fair. Normally we make it anything.
Yeah.
And I think your why is probably what's gonna motivate your message here. So what's your final message?
I think the biggest thing I would say is just live life like it's gonna end at any moment. So if that means, telling the people around you love them, or if that means putting your phone down for a second, because if you did die, in 20 minutes, you're going to wish you hadn't been on your phone. Or if that just means, saying you're sorry to that person. Like, I think it's just the little things of just being like, hey, life is short. We don't know when it's going to end. So let's just live like it's going to end any moment.
That's good.
Yeah.
Moment by moment, day by day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Keziah. Appreciate all your thoughts and your help. And guys, we'll try to put these apps or these notifications, these tips in the show notes for you guys.
Maybe some book titles more I think of later.
Yeah, but good stuff. And hope you guys can share this with somebody that you would like to see be more intentional as well. So make it happen. Be intentional. Hey, just wanted to thank you guys for listening to the end. In closing, I just wanted to add that if this message resonates with you, if it aligns with your values, and something in it today triggered something, then you can also look me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. We are really trying to help people live more intentional lives to kill the complacency with which they have subscribed to. I know there's many ways which I get sucked in all the time. So if this is beneficial, follow me there, spread the message, share. And if you want to wear a billboard of a message of kill complacency or live intentionally, then check out my merch store in show notes as well. But it's www.mindsetshop.com. Mindset is with an X, so it's MINDXET shop, SHOP.com, mindsetshop.com. Check it out. Thank you guys so much, and have a great one.
Thank you for listening to Kill Complacency. Follow and share our podcast to change lives and inspire growth.